Right now, tonight at 5, we begin with breaking news here. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. Breaking news from Nelson County this evening. We've learned that several law enforcement agencies have been in Nelson County today digging and conducting a search in connection to one of the Bardstown cases. WHAS11 Shay McAllister is in Nelson County live right now near the site of the search. And Shay, what have you learned about the dig that has been underway?
Well, Doug, as far as we can tell, this is the first time FBI, Kentucky State Police, or any police have searched this particular property in connection to any of the three cases. It's really unique for us to say any of the three cases, but that's what we have to say here because authorities have been very clear that this could be in connection to Crystal Rogers, Tommy Ballard, or Jason Ellis. We are right on the Nelson and Bullitt County line. Again, the first time we know of them searching this property. I've been in touch with both the Ballard family and the Ellis family today. They tell us they don't know why investigators are here, but they're hopeful it's to move their case forward. Down a long driveway tucked on a rural property behind thick woods, FBI special agents and Kentucky State Police officers work on the latest search connected to the unsolved cases in Bardstown. Special Prosecutor Shane Young confirming the effort is in connection to one of three cases: Jason Ellis, Tommy Ballard, or Crystal Rogers. Rogers' grandfather, Till Ballard, got word of the search Wednesday afternoon. He said he had to see it for himself. He says his heart tells him they're looking for Crystal.
I believe it has to be Crystal's remains because Jason Ellis, they buried him and we buried Tommy, so she's the only one in Nelson County that's left. But I just hope the day comes that we can get her remains and bury her, and everybody involved in this pay for it the rest of their lives.
Today was day 3 of searching, according to neighbors. The first police vehicles and equipment were spotted at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. Neighbors also pointed out this property just up the road. They say this is where the search started, with a giant hole dug behind this trailer earlier this week. On Wednesday, we saw heavy excavating equipment, dozens of unmarked police vehicles, and construction equipment all gone by 2 p.m., wrapping up earlier than previous days, according to neighbors. Authorities have not said what they're looking for or how this property is connected to the cases. Still, families are holding out hope.
It feels real good. Maybe finally we'll get some justice and find Crystal's remains.
Obviously, the hope there that the Ballard family could get some much needed answers. Again, the Ellis family also hoping they might find answers here at this property. Ultimately, we don't know where the search goes from here. We've been told by neighbors that every night Kentucky State Police have been here keeping the scene secure. Tonight, they're not here, which means this search could be over. Live in Nelson County with Jessica Farley, I'm Shay McAllister, WHAS 11 on your side.
Thank you, Shay, for that update. For more information about the current state of the Bardstown cases, including the legal proceedings for Brooks Houck, the main suspect in the Crystal Rogers disappearance, we have it all posted for you on our website, WHAS11.com. Now to late breaking news here tonight at 5 from Las Vegas. An active shooter is now dead, and police moments ago say there are 3 victims, but the extent of their injuries unknown. But that number could change after an apparent shooting today on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. It is located just south of the main gambling district of Las Vegas and downtown Las Vegas. University posted on social media at around 3 that the shooter was at Beam Hall and the Frank and Estella building. Then 20 minutes later, the school said shots were fired in the student union, adding, "This is not a test, run, hide, and fight." The Las Vegas Police Department also held a news conference just 25 minutes ago.
Do not have information on any potential victims at this point. What I can tell you as well is that the entire Nevada system of higher education in Southern Nevada campuses are all closed out of an abundance of caution. There is no threat to any other campus, but we are doing this out of an abundance of caution.
ABC News reporting flights were also halted at nearby Harry Reid Airport due to its proximity to the campus and the large number of police aircraft in the area. Again, moments ago, Las Vegas police saying they have 3 victims, extent of injuries not known. We'll bring you updates throughout this newscast and more from ABC's World News Tonight, coming up at 6:30. Well, today, the chief of police for Charlestown, Indiana, announced his retirement. Chief Tim Wolf served Charlestown for over 20 years. And now, Charlestown Mayor Treva Hodges has sworn in Lieutenant Eric Cruz as the new chief of police of Charlestown. Cruz is a Charlestown High School graduate. He says he wanted to be a police officer as long as he could remember, dating back to when his life was saved by a police officer. Cruz will take the role on January 1st.
1, 2, 3.
There you have it this morning, just before 9 at 4th and Market. The long-awaited Derby City Gaming downtown location open and ready for business now. And also a line of cars right around it right here. Again, as customers were moving in at 9 a.m., the doors open. Well, city leaders see the venue as one of the keys to bringing life back to the central business district as downtown's been struggling and possibly setting a blueprint for what downtown can become. Our senior reporter, Isaiah Kim Martinez, has more on the grand opening, a gambling center built in a former bank. And is there hope, Isaiah, that this can help downtown at all?
Well, Doug, certainly so. And there's a lot of attention currently on a national study, numbers showing in some cases there's nowhere else but up when it comes to revitalizing this area. A University of Toronto study showing Louisville has only recovered 54% of its downtown foot traffic from pre-pandemic levels. Of course, there's hope Derby City Gaming improves that statistic, serving as a cash cow for the local economy and draw for visitors. Doors officially open today, and some customers in line to park by 9:15 told us they had this date circled to check the venue out. City leaders want to elevate this kind of demand in the central business district, set back by the shift to work from home. Greg Ward from the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience on Main Street says it's possible if investors continue to make these kind of moves.
Offices are going to close, and so having stuff come in where it could be more of like an entertainment as opposed to a central business district, I think can only help the downtown grow.
Of course, we're 150 days from the 150th Kentucky Derby, and Churchill Downs tells us this downtown facility has created more than 150 jobs. And later tonight, the call to ensure many of those career opportunities go and stay with people living west of downtown. A well-known advocate for equity weighs in tonight at 6. Doug.
Okay, Isaiah, thank you very much. Well, Derby City Gaming downtown is open every day, Sunday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 in the morning, and then Friday and Saturday from 9 a.m. until 4 o'clock in the morning. So is Derby City Gaming going to be the spark needed to re-energize downtown Louisville, especially the very center city where it's located? It's a big question as fewer people are downtown, with companies occupying the towers downtown, plus more people working from home and avoiding the city. I'm going to be talking to Nat Irvin of the University of Louisville about the state of downtown. He's going to join us live at 5:30 tonight. The first Publix supermarket for Louisville will be opening soon, and they released the date today of the opening day. In eastern Jefferson County, the Publix is being built on Terra Crossing Boulevard. It will welcome customers on Wednesday, January 10th at 7 in the morning. Publix broke ground for its first Louisville store on Terra Crossing Boulevard last June. Now that's off Old Henry Road, exit right at the Gene Snyder Freeway. Publix is also building 2 other stores, all East Louisville, one at Ballardsville and Brownsboro Road, and the other is going to be in Eastwood on Flat Rock Road. Chilly day today, really gloomy out there. We've got a peek of the sunshine now as we are watching a sunset. It's going to be a very cold night, but that warm up is just hours away, and meteorologist Colleen Peterson has been tracking it. And Colleen, you say, get ready. It's going to be bringing in a lot of rain by the weekend.
Yeah, rain by the weekend. We are going to stay dry throughout the rest of the week, but that wind is actually going to bring us some warmer temperatures. So it was really cold today. A different story as we head to tomorrow. Right now, 43. We were sitting at the All International 40 in Bowman. We do have a slight breeze from the north, so it does feel like the 30s out there with the wind chills. So grab that hat for that evening walk. Temperatures are going to fall into the 30s by the time we head towards 9 p.m. tonight, and we're going to have some clear conditions as each hour passes. So we have another temperature swing in store. That north wind is going to switch from the south and bring us a surge of warm air for Thursday and Friday. Granted, warm this time of year, here is the 50s. So we're talking about mid to upper 50s on Friday, getting to the low to mid 60s on Saturday, with that next storm system heading our way throughout the day on Saturday and lingering into Sunday. So even though it is 64, we are tracking a lot of rain with it on the weekend. And as we head towards next week, we will be cooling down behind this system. So timing out the rain chances, we're staying dry through Friday. It's not until we head towards Saturday where we'll start to see those rounds of rain, maybe a potential for a few thunderstorms, but that low pressure compared to yesterday is off farther to the north. Now I'll tell you how that changed our forecast for the weekend coming up. Doug?
Colleen, thank you very much. Another top story here tonight at 5. Families today in Louisville are trying to figure out what their next steps are going to be as JCPS now considers cutting routes to accommodate their bus driver shortage. Letters are going to go out to parents soon. Our Ian Hardwitt has been talking with a parent today who's already driving their kids home from school and another who says that's not an option.
JCPS is considering canceling bus routes because they don't have enough drivers to get kids home by their goal of 6:30 p.m. Cutting routes to magnet and traditional schools would reduce the number of buses required by about 100.
Any plan to put the magnet programs behind what's an explicit paywall means that kids that don't have means can't go to the magnet programs, which everybody knows are the best schools in Jefferson County.
J.P. Lininger's daughter goes to a magnet school. The bus takes her in the morning, but Lininger picks her up because of how late the bus runs. Because he works from home, he has that flexibility, but it's not an option every family has.
My really big concern is if I cannot leave my job at the hospital and provide transportation, because some of us have 12-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts. Do I have to now change my son's high school?
Lori Minnick's son, an 8th grader, goes to a traditional school. It's the social and academic experience she chose for her children and what influenced her to live in Louisville over Bullitt County. While the question of where her son goes next lingers, the district still has to try and retain drivers. They're projected to lose another 50 by August 2024. One of the drivers' main complaints has been student behavior. At Tuesday night's board meeting, Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio said he would reiterate to all principals the need to respond to every behavior referral. That's also when he called the old system antiquated.
Many times our schools were getting referrals that might be a couple weeks old. That is difficult as a school to deal with. And then sometimes, yes, they just weren't addressing the situation like they should have.
The new procedure rolled out in November, but as for the overall transportation problem, it's one both Minnick
I blame our legislature in Frankfort
and Lininger put on the state because they
failed to meet the funding requirements for transportation for students in Jefferson County, and we're seeing the consequences to that.
In Louisville, Ian Hardwitt, WHAS11 on your side.
The JCPS School Board has requested an audit from the superintendent's office. School Board member Linda Duncan told us over the phone today that she and the Bus Driver Union President John Stovall have been interviewed as part of that report. She expects it to be finished by early 2024. Well, Bellarmine University announcing the first of its kind cannabis education certification program. Today, the classes are non-credit classes. But if you do get a certificate at the end, there are 4 courses you must pass: cannabis business, agriculture and cultivation, compliance and risk management, and healthcare and medicine. The university believes once medical marijuana is legal in 2025, the number of cannabis-related jobs in Kentucky will soar. The classes are up for registration at Bellarmine right now, and they begin in January.